You can't get anything if you want everything. And this ties back to relationships, money, anything in life. If you want everything, if you want that girl and you want her to have all the traits, not realizing that that girl that you want isn't perfect, you're not going to get any girl. You're going to go down in the loop of trying to get as many girls, knowing that it's not going to fulfill you and no one's perfect. So it's a never ending roller coaster of chasing this fantasy that isn't perfect. And this also ties back into business or whatever you're doing, basically. Let's say it's that business model, and people will be like, copywriting isn't working for me, so I'm gonna give up. Appointment setting isn't gonna work for me, so I'm gonna give up because I want to make money online and or I want to make digital products or whatever. And you hop on that, you do it for like 3 months or 2 months or a week, then it's hard and you experience like people are not buying your stuff, right? And then you go into drop shipping and you do that for the week and you realize that you're not getting any views on your products or whatever. And you go on to another thing, you go on to another thing, and you go on to another thing, not realizing, unfortunately, there isn't a business model that is perfect. Okay? So this also makes you, should make you realize that if you are good in something and you can provide value for that thing and get an exchange for money, that's where you should start. So let's say you're good at soccer and you're good at coaching people and you're good at it, and people are giving you money to coach them. The market is literally telling you, we find you valuable to the point where we are able to give you money. So if you go down this roller coaster thinking that this is not good enough, this is not good enough, you're not gonna get anything, and you're gonna be so thinned out. You're not gonna prioritize in anything. You're not gonna be good in anything. You're just gonna be mediocre, mediocre, and all these things that you do, and not be good at anything. So one thing I realized is that it's not gonna be perfect, bro. It's not gonna be perfect, and certainly don't choose what you like. Choose what you're good at and what makes you money, and then maybe you can think about what you like. Because one thing that I had to realize is that if I'm doing this per se task for some business and I'm getting money for it, and I'm getting demotivated and I'm realizing, man, I wish I could do it this way, man, I wish I couldn't get this many clients, I wish I could make this passive income and all this never ending chase for happiness is only going to lead me into a downward spiral, because unfortunately there's no business model that's perfect, right? There's no business model that's perfect. And you have to realize that I have to just deal with it. You just have to deal with what you're doing right now to the point where you can become the best at whatever you're doing. And then you can obviously outsource it and maybe hire other people that do something else in that thing that you don't know. Imagine if Ronaldo did boxing, I mean, did soccer, right, for 5 years. And then he said, I don't really like my height in soccer. I want to try basketball. Then he did basketball for 2 years. Then he tried cricket. Then he tried all these things. He wouldn't be good or the best at soccer. Okay? So you have to understand where you want to be the best in and be the best in whatever you're doing, the coach, whatever. And then you can leverage and then you can be like, hey, okay, I might want to create a product for this thing or do this and do this, because you can't get anything if you want everything. Okay, and it ties down to being humble enough to understanding this is what the market wants and this is what I am providing the market. So if you're a coach or if you're just someone in the online space and you're struggling and you're just tired of people or you doing the boring work and just you want to do what you're good at, and you just want systems in place and you want someone to just run on the back end and maybe handling leads and getting calls booked in, you should definitely check out my free training down below, or just book a call with me if there's anywhere in the bio or in the description that's gonna give you a solution to that. I'm not selling you a flipping course. I'm just going to just show you how you cannot focus on things that you're not good at. And that's just the point of this video. Focus on what you're good at, or focus on what the market wants from you, and double down on that, man, because it's not gonna it's not gonna give you everything. Whatever you're doing, it's not gonna give you everything. That girl, she's not perfect. No one's perfect. So understand this. And that's just the point of this video. Peace.